People often assume that silence means disinterest, awkwardness, or a lack of confidence, but the truth is far more complex and meaningful. When someone is quiet around you, it is rarely without reason. Human behavior is layered with emotions, hidden thoughts, and subconscious signals that we may not immediately recognize. Silence itself is a form of communication, and when you begin to understand what it reveals, you will see people's intentions and feelings in a whole new way. Quietness can often reflect comfort. Some people feel no need to fill every moment with words because your presence itself is enough for them. If they can sit beside you without forcing a conversation, it often means they trust you deeply. They are not performing or trying to impress. Instead, they are simply existing with you, showing that silence can sometimes be the highest form of closeness. People who are comfortable in your presence don't always need to speak, they just need to be there. At the same time, silence may indicate observation. Human beings learn more by listening and watching than by talking. A person who is quiet around you might be carefully studying your actions, your words, your energy, and your values. They are gathering information, not out of judgment but out of curiosity or admiration. They want to understand who you are at a deeper level, and speaking less allows them to notice details others often overlook. Sometimes, those who say little see the most. There are also moments when quietness is a shield. People who have been hurt, betrayed, or misunderstood in the past may hesitate to open up too quickly. Around new people, or even loved ones, silence can serve as protection for their emotions. They are not being distant for the sake of it. They are measuring trust, slowly deciding how much of themselves they are willing to reveal. For them, words carry weight, and they don't want to give them to just anyone. If someone is consistently quiet around you, it may be a sign they are protecting their heart until they feel safe enough to share it. Silence can also be a reflection of deep thinking. Some individuals process the world internally before they speak. While others think out loud, quiet people prefer to form their ideas carefully in their minds. If someone is silent around you, they might be thinking more than you realize. They may be analyzing situations, recalling past experiences, or simply reflecting on their emotions. Their quietness doesn't mean emptiness. It often means there's a storm of thoughts they are holding inside. Another reason people may be quiet is respect. When someone values your presence, they may feel that silence is better than speaking empty words. They do not talk simply to fill space. They speak when they have something meaningful to say. Their silence, therefore, becomes a form of mindfulness, a way of showing that your time deserves sincerity rather than noise. This kind of quietness is powerful because it creates an atmosphere where conversations, when they finally happen, are genuine and memorable. There is also a deeper psychological truth. Quietness can indicate emotional connection. People who feel strongly about someone often lose the need to constantly express themselves. For example, if a person cares for you deeply, their quietness may be a way of savoring your presence. They don't feel pressured to prove themselves through endless words because their bond with you goes beyond language. Sometimes, when the connection is strong, silence speaks louder than anything else. But silence is not always positive. At times, it can reflect discomfort or insecurity. If someone is quiet around you because they fear judgment, it means they don't feel entirely free to be themselves. They might be worried about saying the wrong thing, being misunderstood, or exposing vulnerabilities. This kind of silence carries tension, and it is different from the calm silence of comfort. The key difference lies in how you feel in that moment. If the silence feels heavy, it may be a sign of hidden struggles. If it feels light and natural, it is a sign of closeness. People who are naturally introverted often display quietness in social situations. Their silence is not about you personally, but about how they process energy. Large conversations or crowded environments may drain them, so they choose to conserve energy by staying quiet. Around people they trust, however, their silence transforms into a form of intimacy. They may not speak often, but when they do, their words carry meaning. With introverts, quality always outweighs quantity. Interestingly, psychology also suggests that people who are quiet around you may be mirroring your own energy. Human beings unconsciously adapt to the behaviors of those they are close to. If you are calm, thoughtful, or less talkative, they may naturally match your rhythm. Their quietness is not a reflection of disconnection, but of alignment. They are moving with your energy, allowing silence to create harmony between you. In relationships, silence can take on a profound meaning. A partner who can sit with you quietly without pressure is often a partner who feels truly secure in the bond. They do not need constant reassurance or constant noise to prove their love. Their quiet presence becomes a comfort, a reminder that love is not always spoken but felt. On the other hand, if silence becomes avoidance, it may suggest distance. Recognizing the difference requires sensitivity. In friendships, quietness can also reveal depth. A true friend does not always need to talk. They can sit beside you in silence and still make you feel understood. If someone is quiet around you but still chooses to stay, it is usually because your bond goes beyond words. They don't need to entertain you, nor do they expect you to entertain them. That kind of companionship is rare and meaningful. Another hidden layer of silence is vulnerability. Some people stay quiet because they feel too much. Their emotions run so deep that words would fail them. Around people they care about, their silence may carry emotions they can't put into sentences: love, gratitude, sadness, or even longing. In these cases, their silence is not emptiness but overflow, a sign that words are not enough to contain what they feel. Silence is also one of the strongest signs of authenticity. People who are quiet around you often refuse to wear masks or pretend. They are not trying to fill space with small talk or artificial behavior. Instead, they let silence speak for them, showing that they would rather be genuine than fake. They value realness over performance, which makes their presence powerful even without words. Sometimes, silence around you is an invitation. It's a way of saying, "I am here, and I want to see what you will do." It leaves space for you to step in, to speak, to share, or to simply be present. People who are quiet often give you the opportunity to lead the moment, and in doing so, they reveal how much space they are willing to give you in their lives. So, the next time someone is quiet around you, don't rush to fill the silence or assume it means something negative. Instead, try to listen to what their silence is really saying. Sometimes it is telling you that they trust you. Sometimes it is telling you they are thinking deeply. Sometimes it is simply saying that they feel safe enough to not pretend. And in a world full of noise, that kind of silence is a gift.